Holy crap, talk about raising the bar. No other Zelda game raises the bar on itself like this one does. That's how I feel. Like I was talking about in the last episode, it's become kind of a staple for the games to put like this big plot twist in the middle, and after the plot twist, things start getting a lot better and a lot more interesting. But nothing, I think, does it better than Ocarina of Time. It turns you into a freaking adult, which just blew my mind, along with many others, back when this game was brand new and in its prime. It's like, you're playing as a freaking adult now, and really, like, throughout the Zelda series, Link has essentially always been a kid. And now you're just like, you're all grown up, and you just feel a lot more powerful and a lot more cool as an adult. And like, you thought this game was awesome as you're playing it in the kids section, and now things just get real good. And I just remember just being blown away once like all this stuff happened. You're an adult now, all the stories coming in, and things are getting pretty scary too. That was a weird way to say scary too. I said too like really quickly at the end of that sentence. Whatever. I'm weird sometimes how I talk. But anyway, yeah, things are getting kind of freaky. So this does indeed kind of take after A Link to the Past way of doing the Dark World, which was cool in that game as well. That was a very like kick-ass plot twist, and this game does it too. It's just so many like crazy things once you walk out of the Temple of Time. You saw at the top of Death's Mountain the halo around it, which you can't see it here. You don't see it here, but you see it when you get closer. The halo around it was, you know, it's surrounded by fire, and you have red skies. I kind of wish they would have done more with like the overworld out here, and you know, maybe like, I don't know, like, I think red skies sounds a little bit cliche, and I'm sure like they probably didn't want to do too much of a Dark World type of thing like they did with A Link to the Past. You know, like use a different overworld theme and do like kind of a palette swap. 'Cause I thought that was so cool in A Link to the Past too, like back then, that they had a big palette swap and they had a different overworld theme, which by the way is one of my favorite songs in all of Zelda, the Dark World theme in A Link to the Past, which I really want to return in a future game. But I just, it's just like, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Just how to describe how I felt about this my first time through. It's just like, you thought you've seen it all when you're playing the first part of the game, when you're doing the kids section, and honestly, like, my first time through, I thought I was about done with the game when I got all the spiritual stones. I thought that was it. I thought I was going to face off with Ganondorf and that'd be it, and then all of a sudden, I'm an adult, and there's 5 more dungeons to go to. And it's amazing. It blew me away back then. It really did. And, you know, with this being an early 3D adventure game, like the first really major 3D adventure game, you really didn't know what to expect. You didn't know, like, how long the game was going to be. And this, you know, they could have played it safe and made it a rather short game and stuck with, like, the formula that they had with the child section and just, you know, maybe added a couple more dungeons and not really done much else. But I love how this game goes the extra mile, and it has you just do this, it just pulls this crazy thing on you, turns you into an adult, and has you do these 5 extra dungeons, and I just think that's so cool. I'm going the wrong way. That character that we met in Temple of Time at the end of the last episode, name was Sheik. We'll learn more about him later. Yeah. I'm not trying to hide anything. No, I'm not gonna. You know, like I'll assume you haven't played the game before and and act like Sheik is a big mystery. I'm just gonna stop talking about Sheik. Whatever. This is where we wanted to go. This is Dampe, actually. Dampe's dead. And that's one of many changes done to the world. You may have also noticed when we were walking through Kakariko Village, the NPCs were a bit different. They didn't have the same NPCs. Actually, they pretty much get replaced by the NPCs from the market. Because, yeah, obviously the Hyrule market isn't quite as bright and colorful as it was in the past, 7 years ago. It's a little bit darker. So yes, this is actually required to do this, and this isn't just a side quest. After all, Sheik did tell us to go to Kakariko Village, but what she didn't say was to go to the graveyard. At least I don't think she said to go to the graveyard. Yeah, this isn't just a bullshitty side thing that I'm just doing to waste time. You do have to do this to get an item that we need to access the first dungeon. I'll talk about the 5 temples later. I want to focus on this, so this takes a little bit of concentration. You can actually do this a second time for a heart piece if you get through in, I think, a minute? Or something like that. There's a specific time if you get through this to get a heart piece. But for this time, this is the only time I'm going to do this, because obviously I don't want heart pieces. You just have to get to the end. Probably have to go a little bit faster. That's fine. That's all you have to do is just get to the end. So we'll talk to him. 110, that's pretty crappy. I think I've done under a minute with this, and I think that might be how you get the heart piece. I'm not sure. But we will be getting the hook shot here. And, I'm happy that came back from A Link to the Past in 3D form. And that would be the first major adult item that we'll be getting. And I guess I can talk about the adult items too. It's worth talking about. Now that we're an adult, some items that we had as a kid are not usable as an adult, in case you haven't played the game before. Again, I'll just bring this up again, like I've said so many times. I realize I'm kind of awkward when I'm explaining things, like when I'm explaining elementary things in this game, because everyone's played this game. It's just like, how can I introduce you to anything new with this game? Everyone's played this, like, who hasn't? But just in case you haven't, yeah, certain items you can't use as an adult that you could use as a kid. Really, I think the only ones are the boomerang and the slingshot. Oh no, can you not use Deku Sticks? You can't use Deku Sticks. I thought you could use Deku Sticks actually as an adult. I was wrong. Okay, so the second use for the Song of Time, that was just a one-time deal. These blue blocks with that symbol on it. I don't know what you call that symbol. Maybe the symbol of time, for lack of a better term. You'll see those from time to time, and you can make them disappear or move, actually, by playing the Song of Time. This will take us to a place I don't think we've ever seen yet. The windmill. Shut up. I didn't mean... I hate when that happens when I'm trying to do a first-person look and Navi's trying to talk to me. Yeah, if you jump on this platform and ride it over there, you can get a heart piece, but I don't care about that, so I'm just gonna skip that. I don't know if you can learn the song from him now, the Song of Storms. This is something that I always get weirded out on. I can never figure out how to do it. We don't need it right now, but I'm just... Oh, maybe he will teach it to me. Might as well get it while I'm in here. This isn't gonna be useful until much later in the game, but I might as well just get it now. Yeah, I'm really surprised actually that he's teaching it to us now, because I remember sometimes I'd come in here and it wouldn't work. And this is, of course, a fan favorite of the series, and I like it. It's not really my favorite, but it's a catchy tune. I like the Song of Storms, and I like how they bring it back in a lot of games. Well, actually, it only appears in like 3 games. Well, yeah, 3 games. It's in Majora's Mask, this one. I think it's in like an Oracle game. So that's pretty cool. So I guess I can talk about the dungeons now while I make my way to the first one. Something that's really cool in this game that Zelda games need to do again, and apparently Nintendo does plan on doing this with Zelda on Wii U. And I'm not talking about Wind Waker, of course. I'm talking about the brand new Zelda on Wii U. In this game, the 5 adult dungeons are kind of interchangeable. They're not totally interchangeable, but... And I might need to do some research on this to make sure I'm right. I know for a fact that you can't do the Shadow and Spirit Temple until after you've done the first 3 temples. And I know for sure that the Fire and Water Temple are interchangeable, but I don't know if you have to do the Forest Temple first. I think you have to do it first just for the main item. The main item of the Forest Temple is the bow and arrow, and you need to use it for puzzles in the Fire and Water Temple. So, I suppose you could enter the 2 temples, like the Fire and Water, before you do the Forest Temple. But you can't get anything done unless you have the bow and arrow. And I also do know that you can go to the Ice Cavern and get the Iron Boots before you go to the Water Temple. Or the Forest Temple, I mean. So that's an option I could do, is get the Iron Boots. And I can do a little bit of sequence breaking there. Not too much, but a little bit of sequence breaking in the Forest Temple with the Iron Boots. I love how earlier in the commentary, like, hello, mute, blah, 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 blah. Okay, sorry, I accidentally muted my mic there. Anyway, I like how earlier in the commentary I was talking about how I feel awkward, like, talking about elementary things in this game, assuming you haven't played. Then now I'm talking as if, you know, like, I'm assuming you have played, because I'm talking about all the 5 temples, and, you know, assuming you guys know what's going on, you know. So, it's a weird... This is a weird LP for me to commentate on. I'm gonna admit that. I'm gonna admit it's a little bit sloppy at times. Because I just don't know whether to assume you've played the game or to assume you haven't. I'm trying to find like a middle ground between those commentary styles. Okay, so Lost Woods, I'm pretty sure the path should be the same as an adult. It would have been kind of cool if they changed it up. Just, I don't know. Just because. And yeah, it's the same path. The Mido is actually going to be here. You're going to notice that the Kokiri are still the same age. Really, like, none of the characters age. There's 3 characters, including yourself, that age throughout the 7 years. But with the Kokiri, it makes sense because they're not supposed to age. Actually, here you have to play the Sirius song, so let's do that. Yeah, so the Kokiri are not supposed to age, so that makes sense, but there are other characters that just don't change at all, like the adult characters. But I guess that kind of makes sense, in a way. I mean, they couldn't go too much with detail and make, like, the adults that were around, you know, maybe early adulthood into, like, you know, like, have them gray-haired and make them older or whatever. I mean, 7 years isn't that much, so whatever. I don't know what I was trying to get at there. I think the adult... they might have actually changed the adult version of this in a way that, as you see, right there, I messed it up. I don't think this has the trick where the music's... yeah. Because remember when we hear pronounce your words. When we were here as a kid, remember that the music would change as you were going the right direction. Whereas now, it's always the same. The music doesn't indicate where you're supposed to go. So you have to just remember from when you were a kid. This area, I don't remember this. I know this is not where I'm supposed to be, but I just don't remember what this was. I think that one guy... this... whatever. Wait. Do I hear a Skulltula? I do. I don't know where it is. I might try to get it. Rolling into the tree. It might even be like in the grass here. I'm not gonna waste too much time trying to find it. Yeah, let's just get out of here. It's bothering me, though. I'm sorry, that's just bothering me. This might be a long episode, by the way. Well, I don't know why I'm saying that in the episode, because you're gonna be able to tell by looking at the video time. Shit. Man, I'm completely lost. I guess this is why they call it the Lost Woods, huh? Shit. Are you serious? I'm gonna cut some footage. Alright, so after Mido, you go straight, and then you go left. I know you don't go straight 3 times in a row. That'd be ridiculous. Man, I don't remember any of this. You go left again. No, you have to zigzag, don't you? Because music would have kept... God, why am I failing at this? Alright, so we go left, and this is where I failed last time. Go right. Music's still going. Thank you! I finally made it here to the Sacred Forest Meadow. And I'm gonna continue playing. Yeah, I wanna stick with getting all this done. And getting to the temple in this episode. So that's why it's such a long episode. Trying to keep it all neat and clean for you. Okay. Shut up, Navi. I don't give a crap. Alright, so in here, once Navi shuts her face, if she even has one, she's just a flying ball of light. We can get our newly acquired hookshot out. Now remember that thing I was doing early on in the LP about things that scared the crap out of me? Well, I've listed 2 things. We're gonna be introduced to number 3. Right here. This is thing number 3 in Ocarina of Time that scares the crap out of me. Moblins. I'm about to get hit by one! Oh goodness, can I kill him? Okay. Hookshot kills him 1 shot, which kind of makes him a little bit less threatening. Because hookshot really isn't much of a killing item. It more so, like for the most part the hookshot stuns things, but here it kills these big ass moblins in 1 shot. These scared the crap out of me, just by the way they freak out on you and they charge at you. They're freaky. Skip some, I think. I can skip that one. No. But Navi is giving you kind of a good tip of doing this. Oh god. Because if you lock on, you can strafe, so that makes kind of peeking around corners useful. She mentions that in the Dodongo's Cavern, though, so I don't know why she has to repeat herself. But oh well, that's Navi for you. Oh, this can be bad. Let's just wait for him. The best way to do this is just to wait for him, but it's just so time-consuming. Oh shit, that's another good way, is just lure him out. But I think he's gonna turn... I think when they charge, they turn around eventually. Shit, this is freaky. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Now this is where we have an intersection, so I can wait here. But this goes so slow, I hate waiting for him. Come on. Thankfully they can't, like, turn corners or anything. Yeah, this thing has always freaked me out, and they still freak me out today. And, they're scarier in this game than they are in, Ocarina of Time 3D. I hear another Skulltula. I don't know why I'm so bad at finding these. My TV is dark. It's hard to see gold Skulltulas at night. And my TV is a little bit dark, so I'm making some excuses. Because I'm lame like that. But, oh well. I might be able to just get past this guy. Oh, this part sucks! This part kind of sucks. Being by the water here kind of sucks. Wait for him to turn around. I could just go for it, but I want to get rid of it. There's no other way to hurt them right now. Get those hearts. I need those. Not all of them, but just one. Alright, so this part's a little bit different. We have a moblin up here. This hammer. Just gonna zigzag around them. Ah, damn it! This could be dangerous. Roll! Okay, and then you can just... You can slash him with your sword, or I just like... Wow, that stuns him! I actually didn't know that. I thought that'd just kill him. Seriously? Why is this guy so much tougher? Well, I guess it makes sense. He's the one with the mallet thing. I don't know why I'm even bothering killing him. I just run ahead. But I want to kill him! Because I feel like it. Because I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer. Alrighty. So let's go up here, get our cutscene, and, Get this stuff done. Alright, so this will be our first warping song, actually. This is Minuet of Forest. I love these songs, by the way. The warping songs are awesome. This will allow us to warp to this location here. You'll see these platforms right there in the background with the Triforces on them. There's also one in the Temple of Time. And, yeah, this is how we warp around the world. So, with that all done, she should be getting her ass out of here so I can shut up and end the episode. I'm really sorry about how long this one's turning out, but oh well. Okay, so right here, this is where the hookshot is required. Is to hookshot onto this branch. The hookshot generally gets wooden surfaces, among other things. I'll explain that later. For right now, I'm going to end this episode. Let's go ahead and enter, actually, my favorite part of the game, the Forest Temple. I will explain all that next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mike1217, signing out.